First, you fist Uncle Rob's rear end, and then you lose his nut. What are we gonna do?
It's part of big. You can't hear on the time lapse, can you?
No, not once I make it a time lapse, but in the raw footage, we'll be able to laugh at this.
No. Literally saw it bounce, and that was when I knew I f***ed up. I was like,
So I'm just on the computer, right? And she comes in here, Little John, can you help me, please? And I was like, oh my god. I was like, is she okay?
Preparations for race week continue. I know these videos aren't really broken up task by task anymore. It's just the nature of it whenever you're doing a bunch of different things at the same time and you guys want regular uploads, so we're doing it that way now. I'm gonna have to, like I said in the last video, pull this brake caliper apart and file some of the pad slider surface so it's free in here. It's pretty hung up right now. I don't really like that because they were so rusty and swollen that the old pads, I had to beat them out with a hammer. That's clearly not how it's supposed to be. So probably why the brake sucks so bad on this thing. I also got a new cover for the rear end because you know, ended up not putting it together that night. So I thought, oh, I'll check O'Reilly, see if they got one. And they did for like $30. Pretty cool. And got some friction modifier for the fluid inside, because now it's a posi unit, you gotta add the friction modifier stuff. Logan is going to put that back together with minor assistance while I work on the brakes after she finishes her ice cream. Do you think you can handle it?
yep.
You can put the panhard bar, the cover, the sway bar, all that back together?
Yep.
All right. Do you have anything to say to the people who are doubting you right now?
Suck it.
What flavor is that?
All of them. I didn't realize you had the camera in my face while we were eating.
Yep. Are you tired of ruining your shoes?
Yes, I'm pissed off. All of my stuff keeps getting ruined, and I don't want to ruin my shoes. How did you know that was why I was doing it?
Because you put your shoes in the laundry machine twice and you're like, oh, the rust won't come off my shoes. You know, pro tip here, guys. If your girl's gonna work on the shop with you, make sure she got some white shoes and she will keep the floor clean. Especially if you live up north where stuff gets rusty. Or you happen to be in Texas.
I always clean the floor, and then Uncle Rob ruins it.
Damn it, Uncle Rob. Yeah, unless you're like us and you're in Texas, but you have a sentimental family attachment to a rusty, crusty vehicle that you put up with anyway, because it is what it is. Look at all that. And there's more, like, it's everywhere. So much. And that's just from doing the rear end. Like,
I sprayed the broom with brake cleaner before I even brought it over here because they had it in oil.
oh, But I got this caliper off. I'm gonna pull these out. See, this one's not too bad, but I feel like it should be, you know, better than this. Like, it doesn't want to move freely, and I don't like that. I'm just gonna file it out a little bit. It's like, oh, well, that's not safe. Well, how does that hurt anything? I don't see how it hurts anything. I'm not compromising the structural integrity of the pad. I'm just opening up a little bit of room in these ears for it to slide a little bit better. That's all. That's all we're doing here. And again, that's because these brackets are so rusty and swollen that they make these get pushed out a little bit more, and they're just not, they're not what they should be. In a perfect world, I would have new calipers and brackets for this thing. Maybe someday we'll do that. But not right now. What do you have to say to Todd, who said you spray brake clean like you'd spray hairspray?
I don't even use hairspray.
Yeah, suck it, Todd.
Maybe you're speaking from experience.
Okay, so got a little more filed out of there. Looks good to me. Didn't take much off, just a few. And I'm out of breath. So let's go see if this now works better. I'm gonna put some more caliper grease on those sliders there, but oh, perfect. They are free as the floor. Looks pretty good.
Yep.
Well, I think I fixed the brakes, so.
Cool. Death wasn't really on my agenda.
What wasn't really on your agenda?
Death.
Oh, yep, me neither. That's why we fixed them. Like I said, I'll lube these back up and put the pad on. You just hip checked me.
You get out of the damn way.
Are you ready to install the rear end?
Yep.
The rear end that you once defiled with your fist. You fisted Uncle Rob's rear end.
It's a big old butthole. You made me ink.
While you're managing that, I'll get this on here for you. Let's use a lot, just because we can.
Good idea.
Did I get it all the way around? Oh yeah, well, we gotta really plop it on down here because this is the gravity drip part. There.
Cool. Put a camera in my damn face.
Ow. Yeah, it is what I get. YouTube is hard because working on stuff is way easier when there's not a camera in your face, and these build videos don't get crap for views, so ugh. Part of me is just like, I don't even want to do this, but I kind of have to because there's nothing else to do when you don't have a car that works. So it's just how it is. Did you put all the bolts in your bra?
Yeah. They're safe.
Now when you tighten all those down, just like tighten them loosely, and then we'll wait about 15 minutes to torque them to spec. That way you don't smush out all of the glue RTV while it's still wet. You want it to get a little bit snug and then set up, and then you tighten it the rest of the way. Because if you tighten it too much, you can squish all of it out in certain places and then it'll leak. I've done that with my transfer case before a couple different times. Are the bolts warm?
Yes. A little sweaty.
We just had a collision. It ripped out, well, quote, a chunk of hair. I see one hair.
It pulled my hair and it hurt.
I don't doubt that. I just hit my head on there like 2 minutes ago.
There's probably hair on the ground, look.
But now I'm done with that front brake pad, so we can pick it up the rest of the way and not destroy ourselves. Doesn't fit?
No.
Is it a 15?
No, the 13 was too big.
It's too big?
Yeah.
That's weird. Gotta put the panhard bar back in. And you know where it goes. Yep.
And it's disgusting.
Yes, it is. You just gotta beat it into submission and show it who's boss.
I'm your daddy.
Oh my god. Yeah, I may have to pull this out of the way for you.
This is bullshit.
There. Yeah, this sway bar link makes that bolt annoying. Oh, actually, we may want to torque the housing bolts down before this gets put up, because if it's up here, we'll have a harder time getting to all of the bolts. So let me look up the torque spec real quick. I think the RTD is set for long enough that we can get it done. And then turn it slow until it, you know, you watch the red on there. It might need to have more pre-tightening before it actually gets to a point where it starts to torque. Is it getting somewhere now? Yeah, keep going. There you're good.
Yay.
Yep, go to the top one. Good. Yep, right there. So you know what you're doing.
They're done.
They're all sorted.
Yep.
Check them all in a circle afterwards.
Yes, I did.
I told you guys I can't keep her away from the wire wheel.
If it's gonna keep falling off, why would I not just get it off?
fair point. Oh, you
It's
did.
just falling on me while I'm touching it, so I might as well.
All right, you ready to put it on?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Okay. Well, the bolt's down there. I don't know where the nut went.
I lost my nut.
You lost the nut. First, you fist Uncle Rob's rear end, and then you lose his nut. What are we gonna do? Well, I don't think it was accidentally
I feel
broomed.
like I picked it up and put it somewhere stupid, maybe.
This is like the eternal struggle of every single person to ever work on a car ever. I keep thinking this is the nut, but this is the foot from the C-clamp.
What did you do with it?
Me?
Yeah. Well, I gotta put this part in now. Right?
Yeah, you could do that.
What
Oh, yeah, it takes to push on a little bit. Here, I'll just jiggle it and you wedge it in.
Okay, well now let's just find it.
Yeah, we gotta find the nut. You know what that bar does? That's what keeps the rear end in its spot. Because these two arms, the lower control arm and the upper control arm, are straight. So there's nothing to keep the rear end from walking side to side. That's what this does. So when it goes up and down, it has a little bit of a motion to it, which is why when you pull the bolt out, it wants to hang a little bit this way. Yeah, this one takes the manhandling,
I'll do it.
but you're doing a good job. Yeah, just push up on it, it'll get it.
No,
That's not a good place for that. I'll just hold on to that for now. Maybe I should put the tripod under here while we're reefing on this thing. Yeah, you just kind of have to bend that back and push it up at the same time. It's stupid. Do you want to bend it while I push
I don't
it up?
need to crack this too.
Do you want to tell these people a story about the gym this morning?
The dumbbells.
Yeah.
Oh, I accidentally threw a 20-pound dumbbell on my phone. It shattered my screen, and then we took it to the store to get fixed, and it's not fixable.
Yeah, no, it's just doing like incline chest press or something, and
Yeah.
you like, just couldn't do another one and just dropped them. And yeah. Well, we took it to the place to get fixed. They put a new screen on it, and it still didn't work because I guess something inside the phone is screwed up. So
Well, that's what happens when a 20-pound dumbbell gets thrown on a phone, I guess.
yeah, you said it bounced up in the air.
Yeah, my phone, I literally saw it bounce, and that was when I knew I f***ed up. I was like, oh god, here we go.
Just one of those days.
And then I saw the crack. I was like, yep, here we go. And then Ruger bit your truck.
Ruger heard himself barking when I was editing this just now, and now he's going crazy again. Later, we'll play again.
Ruger bit your truck.
Yes.
I can't.
Yeah, Ruger attacked the front of Elvis.
Because
I honked the horn.
While we were there getting my phone fixed, he got batteries for his key fob, and he was testing them out, and Ruger flipped it, I guess, because it was really loud. I don't know.
I
Bullshit.
kind of want to help you, but I think you can figure it out.
By all means, help.
Do you want help?
Yeah, do it. This is pissing me off. I've had enough of everyone.
Okay, here. I'll push this back while you push that up. Line it up. Up a little higher. There you go. You can just get that one hand started. We'll have to do something a little bit tricky to
Get it on the other side?
no, to actually tighten them. The other side will work the same way.
Oh, I did it.
See? You're a bad mofo. Here. Now to put these back on, There's an Allen screw in here, because when you go to tighten it, eventually the shaft will start to spin because this is like a ball joint in here. So you'll have to hold it with something. Oh, great champion stuff right here. Just SpongeBob voice, 5 minutes later, we still can't find the nut.
I'm sorry.
Practice good nut discipline. I really feel like it got kicked because the bolt was down there.
Yeah, because it was on the floor, and I was like, oh, it'll be fine on the floor.
Yeah, and the nut used to be down there too. Are you sure you picked it up, or did it accidentally get kicked somewhere?
I think it got kicked somewhere, but I just wanted to believe that I put it somewhere else. Aha!
Found...
You kicked it. You had to have kicked it.
Why me?
Because I knew it was there on the ground.
Oh, okay. Baloney. All right.
It would have been safe on the ground if you had to walk there.
The Titanic would have been safe in the North Atlantic if it didn't hit an iceberg.
You know I'm joking.
So am I. That's the point. It's a joke. You hold on to that real nice and good. Send her home.
Sounds good to me.
Good job. The other side, you're probably going to need an extension. Put the wrench here and go an extension through this side because the gun won't go around this thing.
Are you sure?
At least it didn't work when I tried it.
No.
Here.
This is annoying. I don't like this.
Yeah, it is stupid. Good job, GM. Here.
The fuck?
Extension from the back side.
Did it from the back.
Yup.
What the?
It's weird, I know.
Now I know what it feels like to walk in your shoes.
Let it eat.
Why?
Because it needs to be tight.
Oh.
See if it'll eat some more.
What the fuck?
All right, that's good. As it rains rust. Look how much rust has already fallen since you swept off. Is it stuck on there?
Yeah, I got this part off. Oh.
They'll just bang on it. There, should come off now. Cool. Did you let it eat it all the way on that side too?
Yep.
Good.
Did you not hear it?
I heard it eating. So we're good on there.
What about these?
Yeah, we'll have to do these next. You should just be able to hold this, I think.
Oh, is it the same size?
It's an 18. Yeah. I think you can just hold these and get it off. Yep.
Is that good?
Let it eat. Ah! All right, that's good.
Why did you do that?
Because it's eating. I gotta, like, get hype.
I can't wait to eat.
Me too. Now you might be wondering, why didn't we fill the diff yet? Well, I'm gonna pull the pinion yoke off because I have a nice billet one to replace it with, and it may leak out of here if you do that, because I've done this before and got gear lube leaked on me when I went to change it on the Escalade. So we will try to pull this off now. I've been soaking it in PV Blaster for a while. I don't think my little play toy D-Walt is gonna get it off. Probably gonna have to use one of their bigger ones over there. We gotta clip the e-brake or parking brake cable back up to the panhard bar with these gross things. They go, if this clip will even like go back.
I purposely ripped those off. I thought they were trash.
They're supposed to hold this, but they are kind of trash now. Might as well just use zip ties.
Yeah, let's use zip ties. This is trash. I could easily just like rip it off. Like, you could poke your hand through that. Look, it's broken.
Yeah, it did break when you took it off. Oh well.
Whoops.
Whoopsies.
I thought it was garbage. I'm sorry.
I mean, they kind of are garbage. I wonder if this was supposed to go inside that.
Oh yeah, it's broken in multiple places. You don't need to use that anyway.
Yeah, we'll just use zip ties. I think maybe this cable was supposed to, no, I thought this might go inside this bar, but it doesn't because there's like a dent here from it rubbing on this. So no, we'll just zip tie it like that. I'm going to see if I can buzz this crusty pinion yoke off. No, it's just turning the entire freaking thing. That's funny. If the parking brake works, I should be able to just do that, but may not work. Wheel. Ready?
Yeah. Is that good?
Yep, it buzzed it right off. Good, I was really worried that this wouldn't come off because it looks crusty as hell in there. Meanwhile, the ugliest wheels that GM ever put on a Yukon. But they are the original wheels that I rode around on when I was a little kid. So they're gonna stay there, as much as I don't want them to. Did you have to double them up?
Yeah.
Oh well, it'll be fine. Dust shield? Nah, we don't have any of those anymore. Now I gotta find some type of puller to pull this off. So to pull this off, I pretty much just got like one of those 3-footed steering wheel puller things. Works pretty well for this. Except the first time I did this, I had to pull off the Escalade's pinion yoke, which was broken in half. So half of this was not there. I just had to use 2 of these and hope it worked. And it came off relatively easily. So I'm not thinking this is gonna be super, super hard, but I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm not wrong.
I don't know, it's old and crusty, so it's probably gonna be a little harder.
Yeah. Those old and crusty ones, they always a little harder. That's what she said. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. That's completely opposite of what old and crusty would be doing. But anyway, let's get back to the topic here. Can you hold? Oh, well, maybe I might have to put a tire back on here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hold that. That way it doesn't want to spin on me again. Nice.
You get it?
Yep, got it. Okay, now we can take this wheel off. We can put the billet one on there. I got an interesting story about that billet yoke, and if you look up the part number, it says it won't fit this. It says it won't fit the 14 bolt in the Escalade either, but it does, and I'm here to prove the strange catalog wrong. They really need to update their catalog. You could freaking call them and say, I got a 2013 Escalade with a 14 bolt semi-float rear end. Do you have a billet yoke for it? They will say, no sir, we don't have a yoke for that application. And then they say, okay, well I checked at U1594, matches the spline count, diameter, depth, and everything for this. Will it fit? No, sir, it won't fit that rear end. I have one on the Escalade. It went right in, and it's doing just fine. So we're gonna put the same thing on here. Anyone is strange listening to this, update your catalog. You'll sell more of these things. It's true. Even this dust shield comes off of here, and we'll go onto the other one too. We might even actually do that. So yeah, here's what it looks like when you pull that mofo out of there. Nice and yucky. Yeah, see, here it is right here. U1594. Everybody asks me all the time what part number I have on the Escalade that stopped it from breaking, because I exploded 3 OEM style pinion yokes on that thing. Pretty much anytime I would make a pull in it in 2-wheel drive above 1200 wheel, it would explode. So I found this billet one, and it's been doing just fine. How's the demolition crew doing in there?
Good, got a lot of chunks off of here. Look.
Maybe we should hold off on making chunks until that open area is...
Just cleaned it.
Ah! It burns. Okay, well, I'm gonna see if this dust shield is part of this thing or if it could be pressed off. I think it could be pressed off, but I don't know. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, the dust shield seal will press off of your factory yoke. I got it off of mine, but it is so disgusting that I don't think I want to reuse it. I think you can order new ones of these that aren't disgusting. Well, I mean, it's just that this seal won't seal very good. Like, it could leak. I think it would be a better move to get a new one, because I think you can get new ones. But once you press this off, you know, it fits right on there the same way the other one does. This one just has a little bit of a deeper thingy, whatever, but it still works. I mean, this is how I did it on the Escalade. I pressed off the old one, but it was the old one, but it was a new old one from a new yoke that I destroyed in about 2 weeks. So I'm pretty sure you can buy this dust shield and seal separately, and we'll press that onto here before we install it. But I'll just show you that it does fit on here. See? Boom. There we go. Funny story, I just undid the leftover stub of the Y pipe up here so I can harvest this flange and make the downpipe connect to it. But the very first thing I ever did with a wrench on a car, to my dad's Suburban, the one that eventually became my pseudo first car, I saw a video on YouTube that showed you could unbolt the Y with like the flex pipe and have like a free cutout. And I'm me being 17, like, huh, I'm gonna do that. I didn't even have my driver's license yet. Maybe, no, I was still 16. I wasn't even 17 yet. I had my permit. So I go to my friend Austin's house and I'm like, hey, look at this video, look what we can do. So we thought, okay, let's do it. We tried to get the bolts off the Y pipe. They both broke. You know, we tried the thing where you look up on the internet and it says, oh, take a birthday candle, heat it up and shove it in there. Well, that didn't work. They both broke off. So we didn't care. We're like, oh, freaking sounds sweet. The second I turned the key on that thing, that was when I was hooked to all of this stuff. When I heard that sound, because when you're young like that, you don't go up around it, you don't hear V8s make noise, really. Not back then. That was like 2012. Things came from the factory, they were quiet. If you heard a V8 that made noise, you're like, man, that's freaking sweet. I wish I had a car that sounded like that. When I heard that sound come out of my dad's Suburban, I was just like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Well, both bolts were broken, and he was mad because he had to use it on a business trip to Michigan the next day. He had to get them, you know, drilled out and stuff. Anyway, I still have one of those bolt stubs in a safe place. That's my first mod. What blew my mind is this Suburban has 10 more years of grime on it than my dad's 08 did back in 2012 when I tried to take that off. And one of these bolts actually freaking came off without breaking. How does that happen? I don't know. I almost feel a little bit of life redemption from that. But the other one broke. So I feel like a little bit less of an idiot as a 16-year-old. But anyway, I'm going to punch out this busted stud. I may punch out the other one anyway just because it's a little gacked up, but I don't know. We're gonna harvest this flange and use it. And the last time we drove this, it rained so much that I guess a bunch of water got flown up in here. Went through some pretty deep puddles. And the muffler's like full of water, apparently, which is amusing. Huh. We're getting stuff done today. Glad you guys are along for the ride. So we're gonna connect the exhaust to the stock exhaust, like bring a downpipe to the stock exhaust and put a cutout on it. So we're about to go to Summit now, go get some more stuff. Yeah, right now though, Little John has a special message just for you.
Hey, copyright stuff, dude.
Copyright stuff.
Uncle Rob is gonna be a true sleeper. Dude, you're not gonna be able to hear that turbo at all. I
Why?
guarantee it. I guarantee it. What do you think?
You won't be able to hear it spooling?
No.
Once the stock exhaust is on there, no turbo noise whatsoever.
You're gonna hear nothing but spooling. No exhaust though.
He's putting a full tailpipe on it.
Oh,
A
you
full
have no
tailpipe.
exhaust now. You're gonna hear turbo spool the whole time though.
You'll be giving people the tailpipe.
Goes away.
No.
It muffles
There's
it.
no filter on the front of the turbo.
Don't matter. It'll make no noise.
So spinning the front of the turbo makes no noise.
That. You don't
There's
go-
like an everyday lunch discussion here.
Alright, so now it's a true test. We know how to argue
Already
about
know.
it.
Where'd you get that hat, Little John?
StapletonAutoWorks.com.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You're choking on a pizza.
It was hand delivered by the man himself.
And delivered.
Stapleton. I don't have to go to the website.
StapletonAutoWorks.com.
StapletonAutoWorks.com. Get you one. That dude, I've had this hat forever, and it just hangs on. It doesn't even look dirty. I mean, it looks a little dirty. But it's a working man hat. But
Yeah, get you a working man hat.
Then you get thumbprints.
Yeah, yeah, right where you grab the bill.
You should tell the story of me needing your help earlier.
Oh my god, dude! I thought she was like dying. So I'm just on the computer, right? And she comes in here, Little John, can you help me, please? And I was like, oh my god! I was like, is she okay? And I walk out here, and
Killer.
Ruger is like deep throating the snake from outside. And then she's like trying to pull it, and it's like it was like halfway down his throat, so it wouldn't come out. And then he coughs, and it just. And then I had him come pick it up. Yeah.
The same snake carcass from the other day.
Yeah, his little buddy.
My buddy.
His buddy.
And then what did you do?
No, good night. I was just watching. I came out here to see it was already outside.
Yeah, but you saved the day because you picked it up.
Yeah, it was just gonna sit on the carpet.
What'd you say when you walked in?
Yeah, just faked it. Fake homeboy over there. He's in there.
He's in there.
Fake homeboy in there because he's a snake.
Look at a snake ass dude.
He's a snake-ass dude.
Fake homeboy. There you have it. Fake homeboy.
It's funny.
We also got shirts. Standard flag shirt. Those are now limited edition. Whatever we have is all we're ever gonna have.
One
Uncle
XL
Rob.
left.
Yeah, there's only one XL left.
Let's just pray to God. None of our customer cars' alarm goes off because Brewer's just gonna mess that thing up. Scratch the shit out of it.
Yeah, we only got one extra large, two larges, a few mediums, some smalls, 2X,
I
3X.
think the loss of eye made his other senses enhance, and now loud noises piss him off.
Maybe. I don't know. We also got hoodies too. Those are also not being reordered, so if you want a hoodie, jump on that. StapletonAutoWorks.com. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you can see the next video with the cutout. And we'll probably dyno test that too, open and closed.
Go buy a hat. Tell him I sent you.
Yes, sir.
If you buy a
I'll
hat,
pack it for you.
Yep.
If you buy a hat and say in the comments that I sent you, I'll write you a note.
All right. All right. You want to know it from Little John? You go buy a hat.
Now it's going to